Welcome into another video, and today we are going to be talking about Ben Johnson versus the Green Bay Packers. Nothing has been more polarizing over Wild Card Weekend than Ben Johnson's remarks to his team on camera in the locker room after their win over the Green Bay Packers to end their season. If you have not seen the clip, which I'm sure you have, don't worry, I got an audio file right here for you. Now, that fired up a lot of debates in the media about how one should go about themselves as head coach of a team, or the respect and class they should carry themselves with. And I just got to be honest with you. I think that is exactly how it should be right there. What Ben Johnson's actions and remarks have done since joining the team as their head coach back last January, it has reignited this rivalry between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. Now, it's a very historic rivalry, but it has been very one-sided the entire time. 18 times since 1992, when Brett Favre took over as the quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. 18 times the Bears have beaten the Packers. That's out of 70 possible matchups. When announcers come on into Chicago or go up to Green Bay to call these games between these two teams, they go, oh, historic rivalry over 100 years, yada, yada. But they don't really view it in the light that it should be. When Bears players talk about this rivalry, like, yeah, you know, we haven't been able to beat this team, yada, yada, we really want to beat them, but they've never viewed it in this light. So the message that Ben Johnson is trying to deliver to the fans, his team, the players, and even the Green Bay Packers, it's that you should hate these guys. You should want to beat these guys so badly. Get sick and tired of being little brother. Start looking at this matchup differently. Show up with the mentality that you can compete with this team and that you can beat this team. And overall, it's not like Ben Johnson truly doesn't respect the Green Bay Packers. If you listen to any of his press conferences during the week of their three matchups, he talks about how he respects how well coached the team is and how good of a unit they are. But at the end of the day, it's fuck the Packers. And this is exactly what the NFL wants. Two storied franchises, two historic franchises that have been going face-to-face with each other for over 100 years, facing off, hating each other, being at each other's throats, competitive football. This is what the NFL dreams of. When they think about the Bears and the Packers and how it's been over the last 30 years, this year, right here, is what they envision. These teams facing off 3 times in 5 weeks, battle after battle after battle, down to the wire. This is what Roger Goodell dreams of when thinking about this rivalry. There's no buddies in this game. There's no smiles and laughter in this game. This is not what this matchup is supposed to be. And I know that Packer fans probably hated the comments that Ben Johnson delivered to his team in the locker room after eliminating your season. And quite frankly, you should. You should hate those comments. I would hate those comments. They would kill me. If we lost to the Green Bay Packers 2 days ago and Matt LaFleur went into the locker room and said to his players, fuck the Bears, fuck them, I fucking hate those guys, that would crush me. That would absolutely crush me. But I would understand it. You want to know who my favorite Packers player of all time is? He's also the most hated Packers player of all time in my eyes. I can't stand the guy, but he's my favorite Packer of all time. It's Aaron Rodgers. Because when he showed up against the Chicago Bears, it meant everything to him. We went through something very similar just 4 years ago. You guys want me to jog your memory on that one as well?
Right on cue, Joe.
That right there crushed me, killed me. I will never, ever forget what I was doing when Aaron Rodgers ran in that touchdown against my Chicago Bears, looked to the crowd and said, all my life I've owned you. I still own you. I still own you. I'll never forget that moment ever in my life. It crushed me. I was heartbroken. My heart was sitting in my stomach. But what could I do? What could I say? I had no choice but to respect it because it was true. He owned us. Think about how Aaron Rodgers could have gone about it. First 5 years, 6 years, 7 years of his career, completely dominating the Bears. He could eventually just say, you know what? It's just another week for us. No, this man lived to beat the Chicago Bears. He lived for those kind of moments. He talked about all the time Chicago's a great sports city with great fans, and he loved crushing them. He had the mentality that these fans show up every single Sunday praying that they're going to get to beat me, and I'm going to do everything in my power to not let that happen, because he respected the rivalry. That's what this all comes to. I don't respect the Packers. I don't like the Packers. I don't respect their football team. I don't respect anything that they do, but I respect the rivalry, because that is what fandom is about. I respect the rivalry, and that's why Aaron Rodgers is my favorite Packer of all time, because this guy respected the rivalry. He thrived for this rivalry. That's also why Aaron Rodgers, I hate him so much, and that's why he's my least favorite Packer of all time at the same time, because he owned me my entire life. And like I said, he could have just given up on that. He could have just eventually quit on that, but he didn't, because he knew that we wanted to beat him so bad, and he would do anything in his power to not let that happen. And that is the exact same mentality that Ben Johnson is trying to instill into the fans, to the media, to the team, to the franchise, that we need to show up every single time we play these guys and beat them. We can beat them. Sick of this little brother shit. Get rid of this mentality that they've owned you your whole lives. It's a new era. When you show up to play these guys, it's a rivalry. You hate these guys. It is fuck the Packers. That's exactly how it should be. That is how these rivalry games should be played. You should hate these guys. Here on my channel, I talk about the NFL as a whole. And when I'm breaking down the game, I have to take off my Bears blinders, and I have to look at everything from an outsider's perspective. That way I can ensure that I'm being as fair and honest as possible. I picked the Green Bay Packers to win the NFC North just this season. Over the course of my life, I have picked the Green Bay Packers time and time again to win the NFC North. But that is where my overall fandom and me being honest and fair in perspective, that is where I am able to separate those things. Just because I picked them to win the NFC North when I'm being fair and honest doesn't mean that I want to be right. I hope I am wrong every single time that I pick them to win the NFC North. Every time I hope I'm wrong, because that's exactly how it should be. That's how I should view this team. That's how I should treat this team. I can be fair and honest. I know that this is a really good team. I know that they're going to come back in 2026 with Micah Parsons and Tucker Kraft healthy, and they're going to be very good. I have a lot of respect for how good Matt LaFleur is as a coach, how good Jordan Love is. And that's my honest and fair perspective. But when it comes time to it, and when it's all said and done, it is fuck the Packers. That is me being a fan. That's how it goes. I could sit here and look at them and realize that is a very, very good football team. It is. And they have a really good chance to go out there and win the North again next year. They really, really do. But when it's all said and done, it's fuck the Packers. And that's exactly how it should be. This rivalry over the next few years is going to be something to really keep your eye on. If I'm the Green Bay Packers, I have all of Ben Johnson's remarks pinned into the bulletin board. Hungry all off season long. I know Ben Johnson will have his guys ready for this rivalry for years to come. It's been proven. And I fully expect the Green Bay Packers to be ready to go for this rivalry. This is exactly what the NFL wants. This is exactly what the NFL needs. I am so happy that Packers fans can finally look at us in a different light. And I hope that if you're a Packers fan watching this reignited your hatred for my team. I want you to hate my team. I want you to be fair and honest about my team. I want you to, when you're giving your takes and you're talking ball, be fair and honest. But when it's all said and done, I want you to hate the Chicago Bears, because I hate the Green Bay Packers. Thank you guys so much for tuning into another video. This was a fun one to make. I'm so happy my Bears finally won a playoff game, and it was ever more sweet beating the Green Bay Packers and ending their season. This week, I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite head coaching candidates, and we're going to be breaking down the AFC and NFC divisional round. I'll talk to you guys soon. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Peace.